Hello, Thrifty music collectors, and those of you watching this on YouTube. I'm Tim, uh, and welcome to the music show. This is episode 12 of Tim's Thrifty Music. It's Monday, which is a day I'll normally be shooting this series, and this past Friday I started up doing Tim's Listening Room again, which will be my normal day for that, where I'll review around 3 or 4 albums each week that I or 3 or 4 albums could be vinyl, cassette, or CD from my collection, and on Mondays I'll just show what I've been listening to over the past week or so uh, of from many of those formats also. And also, I'm adding another thing at the end of Tim's Thrifty music videos. I'll just talk about three channels on YouTube that I've been watching. Three different people's channels that I've been watching. I've subscribed to over 200 channels, and just telling a little bit about a few different people whose channels I like. I know not all of them are vinyl channels, vinyl community channels I'm subscribed to. I'm just vinyl or music collectors channels, so I'll just keep it to the music collectors channel. So, and since I do videos for my music with music reviews, I'm just showing more what I'm listening to, not as much as a review on and have these Tim's Thrifty music. So should keep it shorter, a little shorter. I'll go to a little bit more than what I do in the Facebook. What I do on Facebook, though. So this is over a week's worth here. After I finished off my 30-day final challenge a little over a week ago. Well, I'll tell you now. It's the Monday just before Thanksgiving. When I woke up this morning, it was a 6:45. It was 41 outside and raining. It's just before 11 o'clock now. The ground's white now. Yes, it's been snowing since around 9:30 this morning. They're saying we're supposed to get 2 to 5 inches of snow through tonight. I won't be surprised if we get more with as early as it started. They were predicting the snow won't hit us till around noon. Here we are, not even 11 o'clock, and I'd say we probably already have an inch on the ground. Okay, well, with that said, I'll start with the music. But before I start the 30-day vinyl challenge, I was just going through trying to listen to all my vinyl collection, and I had a bunch lined up, and I've gotten back to that, listening to it, and I'll start showing it again now. First up, I'm showing one that's my second all-time favorite, Blind by. This one I got at a thrift store like 4 or 5 years ago. It's McGinnis Flint. It's around 1970 on Warner Brothers Records. I'm not doing a review on it. The group was formed by Tom McGinnis, who had played bass and guitars for Manfred Mann's band from 1963 until he disbanded band late in the late 60s. And Tootie Flint, who played bass for John Mayall. It's just a real good album. I'd say if you have ever come across it, pick it up. It's an excellent album. Then after that, I was in the middle of my Anne Murray albums. Yes, I like Anne Murray. Typical thrift store, easy to find in thrift stores. But I was in the middle of my Anne Murray albums before I started the 30-day vinyl challenge, so I finished going through them off, or most of them anyway. So, Anne Murray's Greatest Hits from 1980. Of course, every single song off that from the album was hits. And all these Anne Murrays are on Capitol. Anne Murray, New Kind of Feeling. It's from 1979 on Capitol. This has like Shadows in the Moonlight on it, and just seeing. I Just Fall in Love Again were the two hits off of there. Next up is Where Do You Go When You Dream, and it has the hit Blessed Are the Believers on it. This is from 1981. And the last one of her albums I have here is from 1980, Country Collection. It's a compilation of country songs, but the two songs I really like on here, there weren't really any hits off of here for her, but the two I like off of here are Walk Right Back and Tennessee Waltz. Okay, and next, the next three are from a band that I liked ever since I heard them like around 79, 80. It's a Canadian three-man band, and no, it's not Rush. The band is Triumph. And the albums I listened to, there was another album, but I showed it on my Tim's Listening Room video that I showed on Friday. Check my channel for that, and you'll be able to see that video. First one I have here is Thunder 7. It's from 1984. These are out on MCA. Of course, there weren't any hits off this one, but I really like Spellbound and Follow Your Heart off this one. Next up from 85 is Never Surrender. Of course, has the song Never Surrender on it. And The World of Fantasy. And one that a lot of people have heard more songs off of this is Just a Game from 1979. This has Lay It On the Line on it, and Hold On, and Moving On. Okay. And I listened to some country. See, in the I could never get into rap or hip hop. I know some people won't like me for that, but I personally could not get into it, and so that pushed me a little more into country in the 80s, when that's about all I heard on the radio, especially when I was stationed in Germany. And it was either German radio stations or Armed Forces radio. And so it pretty much got me listening into more. I was listening either to rock, or I was listening to country, so I was starting to listen to more country than 80s country. And this is one guy that I really got into listening to, Randy Travis. This is him, Always and Forever, and this, of course, this is the one with the big hit, Forever and Ever, Amen. This is on Warner Brothers, or I think it's 87 on here. Yeah, 1987. And I, of course, I still listen to rock. Here's a rocking album from 78, Pat Travers Band, Heat in the Street. It's from 78 on Polydor. It's just a good all-out rocking album. And of course, Who doesn't like listening to soft rock at times, especially when you're with your significant other? Just something to sit down with and relax to, cuddle with your significant other. This is a K-Tail album. Oh yes, I like listening to these K-Tail and Rock and Cold comps, and this is all soft rock expressions, and it has stuff like Still by the Commodores and I'll Never Walk This Way Again by Dionne Warwick. Where Were You When I Was Falling in Love by Lobo. I really like Lobo. A little bit more by Dr. Hook. You're Only Lonely by J.D. Souther. Just When I Needed You Most by Randy Van Warmer. Please Don't Go by Casey and the Sunshine Band. See, it's stuff like that. Okay, and then I ended up the week by listening to classical. First is a friend of my daughter's gave me a bunch of albums because she decides a bunch of vinyl because she decided she was getting rid of her vinyl collection. This was one of them in that collection. It's called The Musical Head. It's all selections from various artists. It's all classical selections, and it's pretty much to get was put out in 1972 on the label's Orphic Egg. It's a division of London Records, and here you can see the label on it. Because I had never seen this label before, but it's a good album. It's like I said, it's just different classical selections. And the last of the music I have here is was a Time Life set from 75 or 76. It's a 4 LP box set. It's classical. It's great from the Great Men of Music selection. It's Johannes Brahms. And it's, like I said, it's a 4 LP set of his music. Okay. Now, like I told you, I'm going to start pretty much highlighting a few of the channels in each one of these videos that I like to watch on YouTube, of the music related channels. Okay, first one I have to do. Okay, in my videos, I don't show my new finds anymore in my videos. I prefer to show stuff that's in my collection, or I listen to the stuff before I show them in my collection. Well, just over the past week, Chris of Dixieland Farm has said that he's going to start doing that after the first year. He's not going to really, doesn't think he'll be doing vinyl finds after the first year. Wants to show the stuff more after he's listened to them. And I applaud him for that. But I do like, I know Chris has a lot of viewers. I've always enjoyed watching his videos. He's one of the early ones I started watching. I started watching his videos around 3 years ago, before I started making videos. I started, so I made my first video back in February of 2012, so it will be 3 years this coming February for me. The second up is so I'll post links to all of these channels down below in the comments, or down below also. So like I said, the first one is Dixieland Farm. The second one I'm doing for this one is Zepp Pearl Vance. I enjoy watching Vance's videos, and especially when he does his random pulls out of his collection. He'll do like a 2-inch pull from his collection. He'll just like close his eyes, pull around 2 inches out from his somewhere in his shelves, and he'll just go through them, showing them, talk a little bit about each of the albums that he pulls. And I just like it when he does that, because he's showing some of what's he already has in his collection, not always showing his just his finds, but going back and pretty much showing what's in his collection. And sometimes after he does that, he'll say, "Hey, I'm going to throw this one on again." And last the last person I have on here is somebody that I just recently subscribed to. He's over in Sweden. The channel name is 78 RPM Blog. I think he's in Sweden anyway. His name is Bjorn. I started watching him. He's doing his thing just recently, his top 50 favorite artists, which I find interesting. Some of them that you've heard would probably be like in the top 10. Like he said, some of them didn't even make it into the top 50. And some of them are barely made it into the top 50 even. And it's just interesting, and he's showing some of these Swedish artists and some of these other European artists, which I think are just interesting. Well, like I said, that's all I have for this, but it's Thanksgiving week, and I just say to everybody, if you're traveling, have a safe drive. Hope if you're digging this Friday, I know it's a record start day. Hope everybody has a good dig. And until next time, take it easy and keep on rocking.